Alright guys, so I'm going to do a quick recap on how I made $944 trading NVDA calls this morning. I am starting off by looking at the bigger time frames, which is the 4-hour time frame, and looking for an uptrend here on NVIDIA. So an uptrend is going to indicate higher highs and higher lows. So as we can see here, it was a break of structure, created a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is the pre-market zone. So before market opens, I analyze the chart, and this is going to indicate where I will find an entry to the upside or to the downside. But since we are creating higher highs and higher lows, I'm looking for calls, meaning I want to trade NVIDIA to the upside. All right, so here we go to a smaller time frame, which is the 5-minute time frame, and I'm looking for the break of the high or a break of the pre-market low. So this is pre-market high, pre-market low. So I'm looking for a break of structure to the upside of pre-market high, and then I'm also waiting for a retest of VWAP to enter my position to the upside. So as you can see here, we do have a 5-minute close above pre-market high, and now I am waiting for a VWAP retest or a retest to the pre-market high. So as you can see here, there's a wick on this 5-minute candle. As soon as I saw that it was rejecting this zone, I started a small position for call options. So after I entered my position here on this wick, it started going back up to the upside. I was positive for about 2 or 3%. Unfortunately, at that 147 zone, it started rejecting and started coming back down. Then I noticed that it's starting to come and retest the 9 EMA. The 9 EMA is above the pre-market high, so I added to position here on the 9 EMA for rejection. As you can see, the gold line here is the VWAP, and this here is the 20 EMA. It was rejecting those zones, so I held position. It started coming back up, and I was back in positive about 2% because I averaged down my position. Unfortunately, again, it started rejecting, and now we get an actual retest of that gold VWAP line. Also, the VWAP is above the pre-market high still, so I added my last and final position here on NVIDIA calls. So now where I will be taking profits would be here at the high of day, and I would have my stop loss under VWAP and under pre-market low. As you can see, the chart never got to reach the high of day, and I still held position. I did not trim at this position. And by doing so, the market rejected and came back down, closed under VWAP and under pre-market high. So what I had to do here, as it was rejecting and going to the downside, I was going also now to the bigger time frames to confirm and see if it was still an uptrend. As you can see here on the 30-minute time frame, it has not broken structure. Breakup structure would be under this red candle here. It never got that low, so I decided to stay positioned and hold my line. I got off the charts. I went on with my day. I did set my take profits to the high of day, which is this wick here, and I went on with my day. I had to get off the charts because it was going to shake me out of position, but as you can see on the 30-minute time frame, it was holding really well here on this 9 EMA, indicating that the chart was still on an uptrend. I was at my barbershop taking care of my people, give some fresh haircuts, and letting the trade play out. I did put my sell here at the high of day on this wick. And finally, as the day was going on, I was working, doing my haircuts. I got a notification that 25 out of 34 contracts sold at my target. I had about 9 contracts left, and I put it up a little bit higher so that it can sell and trigger at a higher price. Then I sold 7 out of 9 contracts at the high of this wick here. Now with the last 2 runners that I had left, I leave 2 runners for the chart to continue going to the upside and maximize my gains. But as I do that, I also set a stop loss at the low of this candle here, so that if it were to reject and turn around on me, I will not lose any money. Again, my starting position was here in this area, so it's technically having my stop loss here at a break-even price. That way I don't lose any money on the last 2 contracts. And sure enough, this candle here came down to that level and it sold my last 2 contracts for a positive of an extra $20. And the total trade came out to $944 for the day. All in all, it was a beautiful trade. The chart is showing you clearly higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and this candle here, this 30-minute candle here broke that new higher low. So it broke structure, and you can see now during aftermarket hours, it's creating a downtrend. But it was a beautiful trade, trusting my levels, trusting the EMAs, and I held my position for a nice near 1K day. And that is all for tonight, guys. That is how I made $944 on the NVIDIA trade today, trusting my levels, trusting the trend. And you know what they say, the trend is your friend. So identifying the higher highs and the higher lows can help you on the entries and writing out the play, letting it play out. And also what helped me was not looking at the chart and letting the actual trade play out, because I usually get shooken out and I don't want to lose more money than what I should. So I end up selling for a loss, and eventually the trade does end up playing out the way I wanted to. But today I got off the charts, I went on with my day, and it played out perfectly. Hope you guys have a blessed day or a blessed night. Good night, guys.